parties, we have distilled the following issues for determination. For clarity and issue of reference, the principal issues and their attendant sub-issues are set out below. Issue number 1, jurisdiction. And under jurisdiction, the issue is the justiciability of the petitions filed in light of the doctrine of separation of powers and the political question doctrine. Issue number 2, predetermination and bias. Whether there was predetermination and bias by the mover of the motion, the Speaker of the National Assembly, and the Senate during the proceedings. And 2, whether the first to the 11th respondents conspired or schemed to remove Honorable Gachagua from office in violation of Articles 1, 27, and 38 of the Constitution. Issue number 3, public participation. Whether there was adequate public participation at the National Assembly. 2, whether the Senate was obligated to conduct public participation, and if so, to what extent. 3, whether public participation was required at the point of nomination and appointment of His Excellency Kindiki. Issue number 4, constitutionality and legality of the standing orders. 1, whether standing order number 64, sub-order 2, and 65 of the National Assembly are unconstitutional. 2, whether standing order number 75, 78, 79, and 80 of the Senate are unconstitutional. Issue number 5, composition of the National Assembly and the IEBC and the nomination of the Deputy President. 1, whether the National Assembly was properly constituted to consider the impeachment motion in light of the 2/3 gender rule. 2, whether the nomination of a Deputy President can be legally finalized or approved in the absence of fully constituted commissioners of the IEBC under Articles 82 and 88 of the Constitution. 3, whether the nomination of Hon Kindiki while serving as a cabinet secretary is constitutionally infirm for violating the eligibility criteria under Article 148 as read with Article 137. Issue number 6, constitutional processes. Whether the Senate was obligated under Article 150 sub-Article 2 to apply Articles 144 and Article 145 with the necessary modifications to the Deputy President, and whether its failure to do so rendered the process invalid and unconstitutional ab initio. We'll also look at relevant standing orders and doctrine of immunity. 2, whether Parliament was obligated to consider and exhaust alternative accountability mechanisms, that is criminal, civil proceedings, EACC, DCI, etc., and whether the lack of legislation to operationalize Article 150 of the Constitution vitiates the impeachment. 3, whether the Senate ought to have established a special committee under Article 145 sub-Article 3 of the Constitution. 4, whether the speed of the gazettement of the Senate resolution, the nomination of His Excellency Kindiki by His Excellency President Ruto, and the voting by the National Assembly on His Excellency Kindiki as the DP nominee contravened the Constitution and the law. And issue number 7, fair trial. Whether the trial conducted by the Senate in respect of His Excellency Gachagua was lawful, fair, and in conformity with the constitutional guarantees of fair administrative action and fair hearing under Article 47 and Article 50 of the Constitution, respectively. We shall now turn to the analysis of each issue